Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com, the purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews or our website. Email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description. And today we're discussing a first series, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo 15202ST, the model as it was made from the year 2000 to the year 2011. 39 millimeters. This is the classic direct descendant of the 1972 Gerald Genta 5402 Royal Oak, a timepiece that maintains the monoblock case construction, slender in profile at only 8.2 millimeters thick. We'll get as close as we can here to demonstrate. You can see the timepiece layered with several different materials, structures, as well as finishes. It is a handsome timepiece, broader than you'd expect for a 39 millimeter watch. Across the wrist, lug to lug, it measures 48.6 millimeters. Now let's throw the watch on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist real quick, take a look at how it wears and talk about how it feels. It's flat, it's flush, it's comfortable. It'll wear underneath any kind of cuff, and as you can see, my wrist is not really pushing the limits here. I think you could wear this watch well on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and one feature of these early 15202s that's not as evident in some of the later watches is that the bracelets really do pull down tighter than they would on subsequent models, so you can wear this on a little bit of a smaller wrist. Now the fit and the finish is everything you'd expect of a Royal Oak. It takes between 9 and 11 hours to finish the full bracelet, case, and bezel, and you can see why. The bevels are perfectly aligned. You can see they flare handsomely and symmetrically on both sides, from minuscule at the mid-case to quite broad over the ends of the lugs. You'll also appreciate that the ends of the intermediates, components almost invisible, actually glint and gleam with high polish as you roll the bracelet through the light. Satin finish on the top, and as you can see, vertical satin finish, not longitudinal on the sides. Removable links fixed by screws. This is not Patek Philippe, no pin sleeves here. You can see there is a simple single trigger release, AP logo style folding clasp, roll back to the case. 50 meters water resistant, but this is really splash or rain water resistant because it is a push down crown. One of the fascinating elements of the watch's construction is that it actually is a front loader, and you might just be able to see that there is a little bit of a cut into the flank of the case. The dial and the movement go in from the front along with the crown. You'll appreciate the fact that this is everything Gerald Genta envisioned and nothing more, as you have the hexagonal crown echoing the white gold polished bezel bolts. The bezel itself, a rounded octagon inspired by a Royal Navy warship of the name Royal Oak. Polished flanks and a nice sharp break between the vertical satin finish at the top and the polish of the sides. The dial is the Grande Tapisserie dial hobnail style as created by Stern Frere for Audemars Piguet. Stern Frere, a company descended from a dial maker originally owned by the controlling families of Patek Philippe. Today, Stern Frere is a Richemont company. After 2011 and the phase out of this model, AP took production of the pantograph cut tapisserie dials in-house. As you can see, a few differences from the current 15202. AP logo up at 12. The date disc isn't quite the same silver as the dial, and the indices are shorter with little Arabic numerals outboard for the minutes. Nevertheless, everything that you see on the dial that is metal is white gold to resist oxidation and tarnish over time, and because the watch features a little bit of a heritage caliber, forgive my immaculately manicured hands, but because it is a bit of a heritage caliber, it features an unconventional quickset system whereby you advance through midnight, and I'll demonstrate this, and then you roll back to about 10 p.m., and then you advance again. So that's how you advance the date on this movement, which originated in 1967 as the Jaeger-LeCoultre 920 Bausch. It was originally designed, let me see if I can get this clear, originally designed by JLC for Patek, Vacheron, and AP. Never used by JLC and only used by the big three. It powered the original Vacheron 222, the Nautilus 3700, and the 5402 1972 Royal Oak. It continues in today's Royal Oak Jumbo, and you'll note that it is today finished excruciatingly to details that bespeak the highest standards of finish of the Valet du Jeu and Les Brassus, where AP is logo, but just as important, AP builds this movement in-house today. So despite its JLC origins, it is an Audemars Piguet movement today. One note about the monoblock case, this is the same as the 5402. Today's Nautilus is built nothing like the original monoblock 3700, whereas today's Jumbo Royal Oak really is the direct descendant of the original in power as well as construction and proportions. Now this movement, 40-hour power reserve, unidirectional directional winding, 36 joules, 5-position adjustment, beaten away at 19,800 vibrations per hour. The 40-hour power reserve, of course, beating away on a free-sprung balance. It is a free-sprung gyromac style architecture, much like what you'll find on Patek Philippe. You also note one of the features of the older 15202s. They include this exquisitely freehand skeletonized and beveled winding mass, and as you can see, it features this lovely little devil's horn tip between the A and the P, a degree of finish that is sadly wanting in the current version of the 15202, which has a machined mass-produced rotor. Now you can see all of the bevels are hand-laid. The abrasive wheel Côte de Genève are self-evident. There's engine-turned perlage around the circumference. All of this, along with the beveling of the rotor and the satin on its top, hand-finished. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com to own this latter-day legend. Jumbo by night, light and luminous.